So what happened?
Let me catch you up on so much shit. All right, we'll start with Miami. We got at the airport at like 7 something. I think our flight left at 8:55. My mom kept saying we were gonna miss our flight, but I mean, we were in good time. I know we were in good time, and our terminal was right outside of TSA. Like, it was literally like a 2-minute walk away. So you know, we get on the plane, and then we get there after like 2.5 hours. And the first thing we gotta do is get to this rental car, right? Me and Brooke are like downstairs waiting for luggage. And I'm like, all right, Brooke, luggage looks like it's gonna take a while to like actually start spinning. So do you wanna just try and get the rental car first and just come back for the luggage? Cause I'm thinking the rental car place is close. Like, I'm thinking it's like a 5-minute walk in the airport straight to the rental car. She's like, all right, for sure. And then we start going and we realize that this rental car place is kind of like outside of the airport, because you have to take a like people mover from the airport to another section of the airport, because this airport's like big as fuck. And I'm sitting here like, oh shit, probably not a good idea. We should go back and get your luggage, because we already walked like 15 minutes on, you know, the fast flat escalator things that like speed you up when you walk in the airport. So we were walking on those trying to get to our destination. We're like, all right, this is gonna take too long. So then now Brooke's mad at me. She's like, we shouldn't have did this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, chill, all right, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna get your luggage. Don't worry about it. And we go downstairs and she's still mad at me. She's like, Aaron, come on. Like, now the luggage isn't here because everyone's got their luggage except like us. And I'm like, look, they got a place. I'm sure they have a place where they keep your luggage if you don't pick it up on the little circular thing. So let's go there. All right, we go there, get the luggage, but we're like mad at each other because I'm mad that she's mad, because I'm like, come on, bro, like, it's chill. We got your luggage. We just got to get the car now. Like, it's totally going to be okay. All right, so we mad at each other. And then there's this like cool homeless guy from the airport like came up. I was wondering if I could have a few dollars from you guys. And I'm like, yeah, no problem, man. Like, I got a few dollars on me, and Brooke spots him a few dollars. And then he helps us like around the airport because he knows all around the airport. Like, super chill guy. I totally forgot his name. I don't think he even told us, but just like asking like, oh yeah, where are you from? And we're like, yeah, we're from Detroit. My brother used to play for the Detroit Lions. And I was like, oh, damn, that's crazy. And he was telling us a story about his brother and like how Cincinnati, whatever, football and some shit. And it was telling us how to get to the rental car place. And we're like, thanks, man. Like, we really appreciate that shit. So he showed us to the rental place. Now, mind you, this homeless guy is important to the story because, you know, he comes up later again. So anyway, we get to the rental car place and this line is long as fuck. I mean, this line has to have at least 200 people in it. And we're at the back of the line. And mind you, we got to Miami at 2:33, right? This line is like a 2-hour line. Like, we didn't get to the front for like 2 hours. So I'm just like, fuck. I'm so irritated at this point because I'm just like, dude, we waited in this line for so long. We finally get up to the front. Brooke put the car under my name because I'm 25 and, you know, it's going to be lower, like, as far as price goes. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. All right, cool. And then they were asking me questions and all this shit. And I'm like, yeah, I got this. Here's my license. And they're like, all right, well, it's going to be $100 plus like a $500 deposit. And I'm sitting here like, I don't have that on my card. Like, I got the $100, but I don't have 6. So I look at Brooke and I'm like, Brooke, I don't have that. And she's like, all right, all good. We'll just put it under my name. And then they charge her like an extra $40 because she's not 25. I'm like, all right, well, I mean, we're just gonna have to deal with it because, you know, we need a car right now. So she uses her credit card, right? And this credit card declined. She went over the budget for her credit card. And I'm sitting here like, Brooke, how did you go over the budget on your credit card? Like, have you been using your credit card for this entire trip? And she's like, yeah, I was just using it. You know, I had the credit card and I don't want to like spend the actual money. And I'm like, bad idea. that was a very bad idea that you did. But okay, you already maxed that bitch out, like, cause that charged $600 instantly. And I was like, nope. I think her max charge is like $250 or $300. So she doubled that. And I was like, damn, all right. So then she had to use her debit card and we finally got the car and we were just stressing out at this point. Fuck, dude, this took so long. And we're driving and shit. And this traffic is so fucked up. Like, people literally honking you 1 second if you don't go on the green. People are just cutting in front of you. No one lets you merge. So I'm stressing out in the car because Brooke is stressing out driving. And I'm like, I know how I would handle this situation, right? Look, the lights are weird there. So for the turn light, you have, you know how a regular turn light is. It's, you know, red, yellow, green with the green arrows. But this one's like horizontal, right? And it has a red light, but at the same time of having a red light, you have the yellow and the green going. So it's kind of confusing. So I'm sitting here like, all right, what the fuck is this left light turn thing? But Brooke was driving, right? And Brooke gets stressed out because she always feels like people are pushing her behind her to go. And I'm like, Brooke, you better not turn this car right here, this left lane. Like, you better not go. So I'm telling her like, yo, just chill. So, you know, she's stressing out, she's driving. And I'm like, I just don't want it to crash in Miami. We make it to the restaurant and then we go to Airbnb because we went to this restaurant and I ordered like shrimp from this restaurant thinking I was gonna get a bunch of shrimp. I got 6 tiny ass shrimp for $14. I'm like, damn, I kind of got played. Yeah, okay, after that we went to the Airbnb, which was like a pretty nice Airbnb. It was a good Airbnb. Like, we had our TV, we had all shit. We were only staying for like a night anyway, so it wasn't really that big of a deal. Because the Airbnb is like a 15-minute walk away from the stadium to see Kanye. Because we wanted to drink and walk. Because I didn't want, you know, drive because traffic's fucked up, and I already knew traffic was gonna be fucked up leaving. Because again, we're in Miami and I don't know all this shit. Like, I don't know the roads. I'm not trying to do all that. So we walked to the stadium. I'm pretty fucking drunk. Like, I'm like, all right, I'm feeling good. Like, I'm gonna see Kanye. It's gonna be a good time. We get there, the stadium's big as fuck. We find our seats, which are like 4 seats away from the front. You know, I'm just chilling. I got, before I even sat down, I went ahead and got some chicken tenders and some fries because they had a little stand for that. I had my little alcohol, and then the boost for the alcohol. Like, I wasn't trying to buy a beer because, you know, you're not really gonna get shit without paying a bunch of money. So I was just buying like mixed drinks and getting double shots inside of the mixed drink, which was still expensive, but at least I know, like, if I get 2 of these, it'd be better than getting 2 beers. Kanye's supposed to come out at 8 o'clock. All right, it hits 8. Kanye's not out. Still sitting. It's 8:30. Kanye's not out. It's 9 o'clock. Kanye's not out. It's 9:30. He's still not out. 10 or like 9:30, he does this like fucking anticipation thing where over all the speakers, it's just like a heartbeat. Like, you know, off of Donda, where it's like Donda, Donda, Donda. So it was kind of like that, like a heartbeat. Dunna, 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 dunna. And he finally like has this fucking flamethrower thing shoot flames out from the side of the house, which is crazy. And then after that, he started his set, and then fire started engulfing the set. And then, you know, cue Donda music, you know, Donda 2 and Donda. So experience is really cool. He played that for like 2 hours. And then at the end of it, it was so bad. It was, I don't know if you saw it on YouTube. I was dying in the crowd. I felt so bad. Like, I'm out here dying. I'm like, bro, you gotta stop. Like, they trying to embarrass you out here. I thought this was just this nigga just not being on beat. And I'm sitting here like, damn, he is so off. This is so embarrassing. Yeah, he's gonna be so mad. But then I realized at the end of the show that it was the audio engineers that were fucking up. So I'm like, damn, they're gonna lose their jobs because they fucked up big time. That was off by like 2 to 3 seconds. So that happened. After the show, we walked back to the Airbnb. We ended up waking up at like 9, and then she was like, I want to go to the beach. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll go to the beach. Like, I don't mind. We go to the beach, and our flight leaves at like 12:55. Or we get to the beach at like 10, and it's 11 o'clock by the time we leave the beach. And I'm thinking, this is not enough time. And now we're rushing to get to the other side of the airport. And then we try and scan in our tickets, and it's like, error occurred, please see attendant. So we go see the attendant, and the attendant's like, unfortunately, you guys missed your flight and you're not gonna be able to make it on the plane. And Brooke's like, no, what do you mean we're not gonna make it on the plane? Like, we're here, we have to get on that plane. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, we probably missed our flight because we were a little too late because we spent a little too much time at the beach. Like, and I'm like, I'm fully accepting of that, right? Because I'm like, that's on us. Like, that's not her fault that we made it late here. Like, Brooke's like, no, we're gonna get on this plane now. I'm gonna talk to a supervisor and do all this. And like, she's mad. And finally Brooke cracks and she's like, all right, fine. And we buy the next 2 tickets, and the next 2 tickets aren't until 6 in the morning. So we took the train to some part of Miami. What was it? Fort Lauderdale? Yeah, that's where our hotel was, in Fort Lauderdale. That's what. So before going on the train to Fort Lauderdale, the homeless guy that we saw at the airport when we first got here was there, and he's taking the same train. And we're sitting here like, oh shit, you're so familiar. Like, we just saw you yesterday. And then we got on the train, and the train took 2 hours to get to Fort Lauderdale. And then we had to go on a bus, and the bus took about 30 minutes to get to our destination. But we missed our stop by like 5 stops because I guess they put the wrong address on Google or some shit. We get the Uber, we go to the hotel. She didn't do any research on it. She was like, I just bought the cheapest hotel. And I'm like, yeah, that's totally fine. When you walk into the lobby, it looks really nice. Yeah, we got our key. We went up to our floor. We opened the door. And I mean, the first red flag is not really a hotel, it's a motel, because the rooms are on the outside. That's the difference between a motel and a hotel. Open the door, smells like straight fucking bleach, just strong bleach. Like the strongest bleach smell. And I'm sitting here like, red flag already. Why y'all using so much damn bleach? So we get in there. Our TV is small as fuck too. I don't even know why they even bothered to mount this TV on the wall. It's literally like a 20-inch, maybe smaller. And I'm sitting here like, dog, ain't no point. Cable TV, whatever. All the outlets are rusted. The lampshades are rusted. The toilet water is yellow. The dresser is like a weird, slightly sticky. I'm sitting here like, oh God, like I'm cringing at everything. I kind of don't want to take off my shoes. I just feel kind of gross. I was like, I kind of want to spend the least amount of time as possible in this hotel. So, you know, we just kind of like sit at the bus stop and just watch cars go by, right? Because I'm like, I just want to see all the cars because everyone had like an expensive car. It feels like the dream cruise, but every day. And then we finally go back to the hotel. We go to sleep early. She knocks out. I have to borrow her AirPods, so I left mine at home. And I really can't sleep without like some noise. Winding down, getting ready to sleep. And Brooke's kind of sleeping. And then Brooke like taps me on the shoulder. It's like 10 o'clock. She taps me. I take out my headphone and she's like, you hear that? And they're having a big ass party at 10 o'clock on a Wednesday night next door. And she's like, bang on the wall. And I'm like, I'm not really trying to do that. I don't know the people around here. I don't know the neighborhood. I don't know nothing, like anything. I could probably get shot out here. Like, I'm not trying to do that. I told her I'm not banging on that wall, and you better not bang on that wall, because then I'm gonna have to like handle the situation. So, you know, like the party stops like hour and a half, 2 hours in. Like, all right, cool. It's about 1 in the morning now, right? This is around the time like I finally like started falling asleep. Brooke taps my shoulder again. I'm like, uh-oh, what is it now? Because I got my headphones in. She's like, I just couldn't go to sleep because the people next door were fucking really loud. And I was just like, really? Like I couldn't hear any of it because my headphones were in. And I'm like, this is crazy. So I'm sitting here like, look, I know we're gonna be out of here in like 2 hours. Try and cover your ears. And let's just get through this, bro. So yeah, we finally get through it, go to sleep, wake up, get an Uber, get the Uber to the airport, finally make it on our plane, finally get home. I think it was worth it. I think what really fucked us though was staying that extra day though, because before it was gonna be like 300 a piece, right? For like everything. And then, you know, like food and shit, like, you know, go ahead and spend money on food or whatever. So like that in my mind was reasonable for the experience of staying in Miami for that time. But when we stayed a little longer for that extra day, that added an extra $200. And that was not okay. I was like, damn, now it's like expensive because we're not even doing shit on the second day. The second day is just like, all right, we gotta stay here and like figure shit out type thing. So I'd say it was worth it for what we planned on. It wasn't worth it for the extended stay. because the concert was cool. Again, overall, I really enjoyed the experience. I got a shirt because I couldn't get the original merch shirt, but I got a shirt outside of the venue of this guy who was selling like his own like Kanye shirts. So I'm like, I'm trying to remember the experience of going to Miami. Like, at least I'll get a shirt. Yeah, wouldn't stay in Miami because it's just too rich for my blood, and I feel like it's just too busy. Like, I feel like there's not a time where you can just chill in Miami and just like have a regular day. It's always, we gotta be doing something. We gotta be looking a certain way. We gotta be moving a certain way. All this shit. So I'm just like, nope.